I had been saving for college since I was 12. Scholarships, part-time tutoring, babysitting for neighbors. I did it all. Every dollar went into my college fund, managed by my parents, supposedly in a separate account under my name. I trusted them. I believed them when they said, "We're proud of you, Emma. You're going to go far." But pride, I would later learn, didn't mean loyalty. Please subscribe to our channel and tell us in comments from where are you watching this video. It all started unraveling the day I came home from my shift at the campus bookstore and found my sister, Bella, curled up on the couch. She looked perfectly healthy, scrolling through Instagram and snacking on popcorn, laughing at something on her phone. Just 3 days ago, our parents had called me in tears, saying Bella had been diagnosed with late-stage ovarian cancer. They were devastated. They said, "She doesn't have much time, sweetie. We're going to use your college savings to make her last month's special." At the time, I didn't even fight it. I was in shock, devastated, sobbing. I had screamed into my pillow that night, grieving my sister while she was still alive. "Take it," I said. "Let her live her best life. Let her travel. I'll figure college out." But 3 days later, here she was, glowing skin, perfect nails, freshly done hair, and laughing. I remember standing there in the hallway, paralyzed. "Bella," I whispered, "shouldn't you be in bed?" Her eyes widened for a second, then she threw me a casual smile. "Oh, I'm having a good day. Chemo's not every day, you know." But I knew something was off. I couldn't shake it. I waited until she left for the spa later that week. Yes, the spa. My sister with cancer had a spa day booked. I snuck into her room, trembling with guilt but fueled by suspicion. In her trash bin were receipts from Sephora, Louis Vuitton, and a VIP Vegas hotel. There was no medication, no doctor reports, no appointment notes, only shopping bags and designer tags. I confronted my parents. At first, Mom denied everything. "She's sick, Emma. You don't know what late stage looks like." But I had already made calls. The hospital she was registered at had no records of her, no oncology department under her name. When I showed them the evidence, my dad's face went blank. Mom's lip trembled, but not with guilt, with rage. "Why are you digging into her personal life?" she hissed. "This is your sister. She's suffering." "No," I said, "I'm the one suffering. She stole my future." That's when Mom exploded. "You're so selfish, Emma. She might not have long and all you care about is a degree? You disgust me." I stood there, shaking. "She's not sick, Mom." "She deserves it more than you ever did," Dad said quietly. That broke me. I packed my bags that night. No fight, no drama. Just silence. I left a copy of everything I found on the kitchen table. Doctor names, fake bills, even a timeline of her online shopping spree. I moved in with my best friend, who took one look at me and didn't ask questions. I had to start over, with nothing but my laptop and a suitcase. But I wasn't done. If they thought I'd walk away silently, they didn't know me at all. The silence after I left was deafening. Days passed. No calls, no texts, not even a "Where are you?" from the parents who once claimed they'd do anything for me. It was like I'd been erased, the inconvenient daughter removed from their polished family narrative. Meanwhile, Bella was busy posting filtered selfies with captions like "Staying strong double warrior" while lounging at rooftop bars and modeling her new designer handbags. It made me sick, but I wasn't going to cry anymore. Not this time. I channeled my pain into power. I took on 2 jobs, one at a diner, one at the bookstore, and used my spare time to research fraud laws, identity theft, and charity scams. I wasn't just going to expose her lie. I was going to make sure the world saw the truth. I reached out to my old school's financial aid office, explained everything, and they reopened my scholarship file. I wrote a detailed affidavit about how the fund had been diverted under false pretenses. Turns out, because the account had been under my name, my signature legally required for large withdrawals, my parents had forged it, multiple times. That opened the door. A legal door. I consulted a pro bono legal clinic. They were shocked. One of the attorneys looked at me and said, "This is more than family betrayal. It's a financial crime." Meanwhile, I created a private blog. The Cancer That Wasn't. I didn't name names at first, but I told the story in painful, raw detail. Thousands of readers poured in within days. Survivors, donors, even people who'd known someone who faked an illness. Bella's exact playbook wasn't new. It was called sympathy theft, and it was revolting. Then the tipping point came. Someone on Reddit recognized Bella's photos. "She used to work at my cousin's salon," the commenter wrote. "She told everyone she had cancer too, but we saw her drinking at the club 2 nights later." Another user added, "I donated to her GoFundMe. She said it was for treatment." I nearly stopped breathing. GoFundMe? I hadn't known. She hadn't just taken my money. She'd taken the world's. I dug deeper and found it. A campaign called Help Bella Beat the Big C. Over $38,000 raised. Photos stolen from stock images of actual cancer patients. Testimonials that read like bad soap opera scripts. People had commented under it things like, "Donated in honor of my mom," and "You got this, warrior queen." And she pocketed every cent. That's when I dropped the bomb. I updated my blog with every receipt, every screenshot, every legal detail I had gathered. Then I removed the anonymity. I used our real names. Linked the blog to the GoFundMe page. I even sent it to the platform's fraud department. The internet erupted. People were furious. A woman with stage 4 cancer wrote me, "Thank you for doing this. People like her make it harder for us to be believed." A local journalist reached out, then another. Within a week, our story was on BuzzFeed and a true crime YouTube channel. My parents? They were livid. Mom called screaming, "How dare you ruin your sister's life like this?" "Ruin it?" I snapped. "She faked an illness and stole from sick people. You helped her." "You're just jealous of the love she gets." "No," I said. "I'm disgusted by how much you're willing to look away for it." Dad said nothing, just hung up. But karma? Karma didn't hang up. GoFundMe suspended the account, launched an investigation. Bella had to return every dollar or face legal action. The donors were angry and vocal. Some even pressed charges. Meanwhile, the police began reviewing the bank statements tied to my college fund. Turns out my parents' names showed up too many times. That's when the final twist came. My parents tried to pin it all on me. They filed a report saying I had created the blog to get back at Bella out of jealousy, that I had altered receipts to make them look like criminals. They claimed I'd always been unstable. The audacity left me breathless, but I had proof. Voice messages, bank records, forged documents with mismatched signatures. I sent everything to the authorities. Then I smiled and did one last thing. I pressed charges. Court day arrived like thunder in the distance. My heart thudded, not with fear, but with finality. This wasn't just about money anymore. This was about truth, identity. The years they made me feel like I was less, like I was disposable compared to Bella's manipulative charm. Today, I wasn't the forgotten daughter. I was the storm they thought would never come. Bella entered the courtroom in beige designer heels, makeup flawless, hair curled like a daytime soap actress. She smiled like she still thought she could win everyone over. My parents sat beside her like loyal defense dogs, whispering in her ear, glaring at me like I was the criminal. My mother even had the gall to wear black, as if she was in mourning. But what they didn't know? The prosecution had found the second GoFundMe account, and the offshore PayPal transfers, and the forged medical documents signed with a fake oncologist's name who didn't even exist. The judge read every charge aloud. Bella's face drained of color. She whispered to my mother, who tightened her grip on her purse like a lioness losing territory. My dad's arms were crossed, sweat visible on his forehead. I felt nothing for them. When it was my turn to speak, I didn't shout. I didn't cry. I simply told the truth. "How do you explain the blog, Miss Carson?" the judge asked me. "I didn't start it to humiliate her," I said calmly. "I started it to protect people from the kind of lie that nearly broke me. And I wasn't just exposing her. I was saving myself." It wasn't just my story. It was every sibling who was ever sacrificed for the golden child. Every kid whose dreams were stolen for someone else's fantasy life. I was done being quiet. The court ruled in my favor. Bella was ordered to repay all stolen donations and sentenced to 2 years of probation and mandatory community service with real cancer patients. GoFundMe banned her for life. Her influencer career? Over. Every brand dropped her within a week. But the real revenge was quiet. I took the settlement money I received after proving my parents had illegally accessed my college fund and bought the very scholarship foundation they once said I wasn't smart enough to need. I restructured it in my name. The Carson Integrity Grant, awarded to students whose families failed them, but who rose anyway. Then came the part no one saw coming. I was invited to speak at a youth conference for survivors of familial fraud. I stood on that stage in front of hundreds of people and told my story with dignity, not bitterness. The applause thundered louder than my mother's insults ever did. Weeks later, Bella reached out. Her voice trembled in the voicemail. "I lost everything," she said. "No one believes me anymore. Please, help me. Just tell people I'm not evil." I didn't reply. My parents tried too. They sent flowers, cards, even a "we miss you" letter. My mother wrote, "Families make mistakes, but blood is thicker than lawsuits." I mailed them a single envelope in return. Inside was a photo of me signing my scholarship foundation papers. Underneath it, one line, "Blood may be thick, but integrity is titanium." I blocked their numbers. And finally, I breathed. For the first time, the silence didn't feel like abandonment. It felt like freedom. The girl they tried to erase became the woman they'd never outrun. Please subscribe to our channel and tell us in comments from where are you